Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, holidays made for making money. Buy assets, not liabilities. I want to hear from you what you did this holiday weekend. Or does it turn into a whole week? Because if you're in the short-term rental program, that means a whole week most people took off is now. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's a President's Weekend. Another year. It's here. Let me know what you're out here doing. I know you could be anywhere on this planet Earth, but if you're here tonight with us, no matter where you're watching this from, I thank you so much. And please share the videos because you never know who else is out here trying to find information. You never know who else is out here who doesn't even realize they need the information. But you're here. Let's get the party started, shall we? Make sure you make yourself known in the comment section. Now, once again, let's start with a few things. No matter where you're watching from, whether it's a heart button, no matter if it's just a checkbox, make sure you let that social media platform know you're watching or listening, even if it's just for a short time. No worries. And if you're on YouTube, like I started off saying, it would be an honor if you did decide to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very, very much. Now, without further ado, let's get into why are there holidays around the world? Does anybody know? Can anybody guess? You know why? Surely you know why. Capitalist systems. That is why. You're manufactured to spend money. First, the month of January. New Year's brings in the new year. What happens? Bunch of parties, bunch of fireworks, a bunch of everything related to travel, related to party time. Christmas, also at the end of December, designed for the little manger, the three wise men. They come and bring some gifts, but they weren't going out there buying gifts. It had to do with the sign of the times. They were coming with actual use gifts. In other words, just like friends would come over and bring something because they had a newborn baby. But instead, we turned it into you go buy your kids gifts. Even though 70 to 78% of you are living paycheck to paycheck, it does not matter. That should tell you all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. It's for capitalism. Then, after that, Martin Luther King weekend. Yes, it was finally designated, but that doesn't change anything. It's a 3-day weekend. People are out here spending. People are out here wasting a lot of time, energy, and effort on liability spending. But we got to change this around. It's going to be too late here shortly if you don't do this in 1 year and 10 months. Buy assets. What are assets? If you're new here, I've said it again, and I'm going to keep saying it every live stream. It's basically when I buy something, I want money in return while I go. That's what I want. If you can get that, that's how you build wealth. That is your wealth test. How many of those can you get, ladies and gentlemen? Different types of businesses or side hustles or whatever you want to call it, extra money coming in. Legally, I should add. Legally. That's what I'm talking about, all right? Make sure you don't have any hiccups after you make all the money, right? So, those are the type of things that we discuss here on SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. All right, let's see who's in the house. George's Charles is here. The emerging millionaire is in the house tonight, live from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. He's out there checking out his properties. I need to know how it's going. I know where he went today on a couple of spots. We didn't talk about P4 though. That is another day possibly, but maybe he'll mention something. But he brings his tagline. Hey, I smell money. That's right. You're smelling money, all right. Because after this year, you're going to be smelling a lot of money. In fact, sometime this year, you should be smelling a lot of money. That'll be very, very cool to watch. Post retirement travel live from Peru. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Mr. Worldwide, he's joined the club. He brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we do. Stock market's closed. But that does not matter. We still have to make plans, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just sit idly by. I know it's a little stress to start thinking about when you have to pay bills, when you actually have to get rid of expenses, when you're trying to figure out how to make extra money and you're kind of scared, neutralized. You're like, I don't want to give my money over here because that means it's lost possibly if I invest in something. Or I don't want to do this because I might lose. But guess what? You're already losing every day of the week. Inflation is going against you, whether it's just 0.001% or 1%. You just never know, but you are losing the value of what you just purchased today is worth less in the next 24 hours because some of the things you are purchasing have increased in price. That is exactly what's going on. We're devaluing our own currency by our country. So therefore, you are in a no-win scenario. The only win scenario is think about you're being the CEO. We're at a board meeting tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I'm the chairman of the board when you're here in the SSN Nation. All right? That's how it works. It looks like we have a couple of directors in the house tonight. Post-retirement travel. George's Charles is a couple of the directors in the house tonight. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You got to think like the CEO of your own personal family corporation. That's right. That's how you need to think for the next 1 year, 10 months, starting with the very basics. Let's go to something that people do not even realize in an asset is a living, revocable trust. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How about that? You know why I'm saying this? It's because people who are the ordinary citizens, us, the OCs, they sit there and realize they go, oh, I'm going to have a will. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have very bad news for you. A will can be contested, and depending on how it breaks down, according to the state and according to the will, things could be held up for 2, 3, 4 years or more. You want to bypass that? Then do not do a will that has to go through a probate to transfer titles such as car titles, such as home titles, into another person's names. If you have a trust, then the trust already tells you what to do with the property. It stays in the trust. So the beneficiary, or should I say the executor, should be the one that dictates what happens. So there's no transfer of title. If you want to sell something, then you sell it out of the trust. So therefore, guess what happens? The original tax that was being paid 20 years ago and whatever the tax rate is now based on the 20-year ago purchase price or 15-year ago purchase price, it stays nearly the same. It doesn't increase due to new values because it did not officially change according to the normal laws regarding real estate into another person's name. A trust shields you. That's what all the big boys do. All right. So actually, I'll be talking about this because I will have to form a different trust. I don't know if I'm going to do something in another state or if I'm doing it in the old lang syne of California. But the point is, because we have incoming assets and I want to put them in a trust. So we will be talking about that throughout the year, of course. Now, it does cost when you want a professional to do this, but that's how it goes. Post retirement travel, here we are. Here we go. A full meal with alcohol costs you between $10 and $20. He's in Peru. Lima, I believe. Can't remember last time I paid $15 in the USA for food and alcohol. That's like never, man. We're talking about that's like over 25 years ago. It's in the 90s. Seriously. When alcohol you yeah, I can't think of it either because that's crazy. Wow, that was back in the 80s. Oh, he says it right here. I'm trying to think. It wasn't even the 90s. It was the 80s. That's probably right. We're getting robbed in the USA. Hey, man, see, this is what happens when you go Mr. Worldwide. It's hard to come back to the United States and keep your mouth shut. It's hard to come back here and see all the ordinary citizens working their asses off just to get by. Meanwhile, the rest of the world's sitting there going, hey, man, what's the big problema? It's like, what's going on? Our meals only cost like $10. That same $10 meal that he's having is like a freaking $40 meal, $50 meal in the United States. Because over here, the drinks, two drinks, is going to cost you about $20 to $25. Seriously. Or more. That's how outrageous it's getting. And outside of the United States, you can get meals for $20, $25, $30. And I'm not talking about one person, I'm talking about two. This is what the problem is. Once you go outside of the US and hang out, it's the twilight zone when you come back. Like, for instance, I'm post retirement travel. He's going to be gone away from the United States for, it seems like a month. Even just a month. You leave the USA, you generally are setting at you're set. You know what you left. When you come back, you turn on your TV, you start going down grocery aisles and going down to get gas and things like this, and you're looking around and you're just like, wait a minute, this whole time I was outside the US, this was, I'll use an example, whatever I'm buying is $4, $4 to $5. You come back to the US and you see stuff that's sitting in the shelves and you're like, wait a minute, I was just paying $4 or $5. What is this $10? What is this $11? The same stuff. But you know what I always find interesting is when I leave the United States and I see American like names, companies, corporations on products. The product labels says their name, it's branded, the packaging is different, and then when you look on the back or if it's ingredients for food, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, they don't have those colors in there. They don't have all that bad ingredients. What's this list of 5 things in this thing? Then you taste it and it's like, hey, wait a minute. It looks like the same bag or similar, same company, but it tastes a little different. There's reasons. Because the stuff that they allow United States citizens to eat and digest is banned outside of the US in a lot of the major company or countries. So therefore, that is why this is hella funny. So I know what's going to happen when he comes back. He's already having the F around and found out stage after he goes down to South America. And he's sitting there like, wait a minute. Did I just sit here, 2 of us, and we just spent $20? Alcohol, eating, drinking, and leftovers for 2? Not 40, not 60, not 75, not 100, 20. I know. Like I said, I've been there many, many times when I sat there and I looked at my receipt going, you gave me the wrong bill. This must be somebody else's. I got all this stuff. And they're looking at me like I've lost my mind. I know. I know. Brian P's in the house. Jawway J, another real estate investor's in the house. And investor, he's here. Buying assets and liabilities is the game. He's playing the game. He's playing Monopoly. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, the holiday edition. And he brings his tagline, hello SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Receive notification and smash the like button. Thank you so much for that, Yahweh J, and very, very nice to see you once again. Brian P, Mr. Dividend, is in the house. Hey, Eric, I need to talk to you. Oh, you want to come on the live stream? Brian P, Mr. Dividend, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I need to talk to you as well. In fact, not you specifically. Everybody at YieldMax ETFs. Here's what I was doing the other day, because you know I'm very, very happy with YieldMax ETFs, but depending on what you invest in, it could be a little interesting. So I was going down what I was possibly going to put some money into. And so I was like, man, if I'm going to do if I'm going to do some sort of large amount or do something in there, what should I get? So then I started looking, and I was going over year with YieldMax ETF fund prices. And I wasn't really liking what I was seeing, because almost 100% of their dividends that they're paying out does not create a value for the stock. So I start going, well, wait a minute. Year over year, one thing was 15, I don't know the number exactly, but I'll give an example. $15 a share last year. So I was looking at, okay, you bought 15,000 shares. So that's $15,000. That's nice. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. Year over year, it dropped down to $10 a share. So that means now the stock prices were 10,000. But over the course of the year, you got like $12,000. So combined, it's worth 22 grand. But I invested 15. So I have a plus 7 grand, which again, nobody's going to bitch on about 45%. But I'm just saying, this is the type of thing that happens with YieldMax ETFs. That's why I always tell you to study, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm doing, studying. So then I came up to the conclusion. I was like, well, wait a minute. MSTR, which is MicroStrategy, is a YieldMax ETF. That's the stock for MicroStrategy. But MSTY, well, okay, they have that at YieldMax ETF. Year over year, it's almost about the same. So it ends up being where the same 1,000 would be almost the same price, and maybe even a little more, because it actually went up, I believe, about 10%. But now you've gotten a return of almost 50 to 60% of your money back. So when you start thinking about it, you get 10, 12.5, 37.5 in 1 year is pretty damn good, right? So these are the type of things that we've been checking out. I've been checking out. So we'll find out. Here we go. We're flying out to Lima, Peru tomorrow en route to Machu Picchu. In case you've never heard of Machu Picchu, you should look it up, ladies and gentlemen. High in the mountains. It's pretty sweet. We'll be back to Lima Friday, and then next week, Argentina, which is even cheaper. The cost of living in USA is disgusting. That's right. If some of you have not been on our social media platforms over at Instagram, for instance. Some of you are here at Instagram. Janie Bell Designs. I see you on Instagram. Thank you so much for being there on this live stream. Make sure you hit that follow button while you're over there. Also, here's the other thing, though. If you haven't, in fact, hold on. I have it on my phone. I'll just show you guys. I've posted this on our social media before, and I showed this last week. So check this out. Wait, hold on. I got to get this. Oh, wait, got to get this up. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. No, not the pillars of wealth. Not that. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Nope. What's happening? What's going on? That's not cool. Look at that. Hold on. I got to get on a different screen so I can show you guys. Let me make sure. All right. Oh, it keeps skipping for me. There we go. Oh, no. What is happening? Okay. Well, then I think I have a... Oh, it's a video. That's why it keeps... Well, looks like I can't show you. It's brief, so we can't show you. Not today. Here, I'll do it a different way then. Here, we'll go on a different route. There we... No. Nope, can't show you. Not today. I'll have to do it again. Anyhow, just so you guys know, Brazil... Where's he going? Let me see if it's even on the list. Mexico. 16,000 is Brazil, 15,000 is Mexico, Jamaica 16,000, Greece 17,000, Costa Rica 17,000, Panama 19,000. Guess what? That is retirement cost annually for expats or residents who has residence in these countries. Notice all those were under 20 grand. Guess who is $59,000? United States, ladies and gentlemen. Now you understand why you have to buy assets that pay passive income. You have no way to beat the system other than if you made investments along your last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of your life, and you have a substantial amount of money stashed away. Or if you're not able to do that, then you need to have the opposite. You need to have passive income being able to come through the door. But the reason I like passive income coming through the door is because it's today's prices. It's not yesterday's prices. You can always raise your prices to inflation prices so you can always profit the same or better. And actually, oftentimes it turns out better because you can raise the price and maybe not have to raise your expenses. That is heaven sent. That is why you need a business. And that is why EIN numbers, getting an LLC, which, if you can get an S Corp, that would even be better. If you can get a corporation, that would even be better. So that's what you put your assets into. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, man. It's getting crazy out here. Joe Nay's in the house. Another Mr. Worldwide has joined us. Another investor has joined us. Thank you so much for being in the house tonight on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings his tagline, "What's good, everybody?" You know it's good. How is everybody on this Money Making Monday holiday edition? Exactly. Let us know. You guys out here buying things? Are you out here doing the damn thing out here? Do your thing at Post Retirement Travel from Joe Nay. I'm subscribed, waiting on some content. There we go. I love the plug right there. That's what we do around here. Share the love. We always want to promote our brethren. That's right. Way to go, Joe Nay. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And also, everybody, has he mentioned it? I will mention it. Go over to Instagram. Make sure you sign up for Post Retirement Travel. Follow him there. Follow Stop Struggling Now. And then also, it would be very, very nice if you hit his icon and subscribe to his channel on YouTube. All right. Because you never know what he's going to be doing. I want to see some of that drone footage up there at Machu Picchu, if allowed. That would be awesome. Okay, Joe Nay. Oh, wait, hold on. What was this? Argentina's president about to go through impeachment. You're damn right. Same dude that worked on their so-called meme coin also was heavily involved with FLOTUS. Sorry. At SS Meme Coin. Yeah, that's the one a certain party affiliation was touting, and I had to what the heck? We're talking about a country of 45 million people, and this guy was doing some things. No, he was running it into the ground. It was all smoke and mirrors. So of course people are like, hold on, man, what is this? I thought you were here to help us. Oh no, I contraire. I'm not trying to help you guys. That was just talk. Crazy stuff, man. Investors in Argentina lost millions. I know, man. I tried to tell people about it, but hey, everybody has to F around and find out for themselves. So we talk, we show. I did a live stream and I started talking about Argentina because there was people touting like they were doing something. And I said, it's all smoke and mirrors because people themselves still have to live. So the people in every country, people have to employ other citizens. The majority of employment are not by countries. They're by individual mom and pop businesses. So if mom and pop businesses cannot thrive, then that puts a serious burden on all of society because a government cannot provide for 100% of its people. So therefore, there's always going to be a problem. And that's where America is now. You're going on a downside because America doesn't have the money coming in or the revenues like they used to. And so therefore, it's like the Roman Empire. Less people working, less revenue. More tax cut, tax breaks, less revenue. So therefore, not enough money to share around. That means people have to rely on other people like mom and pop business, but cannot mom and pop business can't pay you generally 50, 60, $70,000 per employee. That's where the problem comes in. They go, oh, here's $12 an hour, here's $10 an hour, here's $15 an hour. But those aren't livable wages. So therefore, that causes a problem. And that's why you live in a third world country and don't know it yet, because there's no coming back. We don't manufacture in America. We don't have the lowest wages anymore. This ain't 1795. This isn't 1850. Soon as you move past that type of situation where we go to China to have stuff made, we go to China for workers that do cheap labor, or the Asian market, cheap labor, that we don't have in America anymore, other than by migrants. But migrants don't do the technical type labor work, they do the low wage labor work in a lot of instances, not all. But the point I'm trying to make is, because you don't have livable wages with mom and pop businesses anymore, now we're relying on just a handful of these corporations, these Fortune 500s. Fortune 500s, they employ a few million people, yes. But when you have 300 million people that need a livable wage, where are you going to get them from? You're not. So that's why there is a problem. There's an end game. There's no way you can get around it, unfortunately. And so this type of thing right here, investors Argentina lost millions. That's true. Joe Nay, thanks, Joe. I need to get busy. Doing this full-time travel and stopping for editing videos is hard. Now I understand what Eric goes through. I have so many videos and photos to share. Exactly, man. There you go. Exactly. I have tons of video I've never even released before that I've had over the years. That's how crazy it is. I was going through it today. I was like, oh my God. I just like, this is the time I'm doing stuff. And then, of course, even the wife sent some stuff. She's just like, hey, I have all these videos and stuff. I was like, wait, I need some of those. I need those for the SSN lifestyle. It's, when we're around the world, it's crazy. Don't forget, the wife has video too, or videos and photos. Don't forget, I forgot all about it. E. White, another investor, another emerging millionaire is here in the house. He was checking on his Dominican Republic legacy as well, I hear. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, good evening. SSN family, be careful out here. You damn right. It's getting crazy. They're out here trying to trick you out of your position. Exactly, E. White. That's exactly what has to happen at this point. Think about a government that's trying to get people to, what do you call it? I don't know if you call it retirement, but it's kind of like, we're going to pay you like 8, 10 months if you leave your position now. I'm thinking like, why would you wait? Why would I do that? Oh, you're going to fire me. Okay, well, at least I know I get unemployment. This other thing you talking about, I don't know why I'm going to do that. Oh my God. So now they're hiring people back and then they're firing them. How crazy is this? This is crazy stuff happening out here, ladies and gentlemen. You just never know what's going to happen, but he's exactly right. E. White, I needed to talk with you guys, man. Let me know what's happening. I know you had your little ventures going over to the DR. Are we talking real estate businesses? Are we talking about funding games? Are we talking about buying assets instead of liabilities? Or were you buying liabilities? Okay, man. Had to have a little fun with that. But hopefully you are on the right track already. I do know that. And hopefully everything's been going well. So, another emerging millionaire's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very happy to see you. All right, let's go. Now, once again, I always have to say, we have to support our own. Professor Auntie Val and family has the Beachfront Java. Now, sadly, every live stream, I pretty much promote and help Beachfront Java. And sadly, I've been talking about, I'm going to order now. It seems like a month. I was on here actually putting things in the cart to order. I still, even after I keep saying I'm going to order, after I hang up, I'm going to order, I still haven't ordered. Well, I have to admit, tonight I have to order, right? Because I'm almost 100% out of what I need. And coffee in certain arenas are good for you, just so you guys know. So check out health wise. It's actually coffee is good for you. So go to beachfrontjava.com, ladies and gentlemen. Use the promo code SSN Lifestyle, all caps, all one word, SSN Lifestyle, and you will receive a discount after your first order on premium coffee. And before you get started, I know some of you are going to go, hey, I need my espresso. Well, she has fine ground. No worries. All right? Different varieties. Up to 20 different varieties, quite to say, is crazy. Now, let's get on with the rest of you. Some of you go, hey, I only use a Keurig. I like my little cup and all that. She's got you covered on that too. Some of you are going to go, okay, come on, Eric, stop playing with me. I don't use none of that. I don't need none of that. I just need the whole beans. I crush them up myself. I do it that way. Okay, she's got you whole beans as well. And then some of you are going, well, where's the drip ground? So I can just put it under, be gone, drip, drip while I'm getting ready. Coffee in my mug. I'm out the door. We good. She has drip ground as well. All premium blended coffee, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Go over there and show some love at beachfrontjava.com. And half-pound bags up to 5-pound bags. And what makes it premium? Where the best beans in the world? You know, Central America, South America, Indonesia, and of course the motherland, Africa. So that's what she uses. And then, of course, some say, I only like tea, Eric. I'm like, she's thought of that too. She has tea as well. So go over there and show some love. Beachfront Java. And after your first order, you receive a discount for life. Simple. So go over there, beachfrontjava.com. That'd be greatly appreciated. And awesome. Okay, here we go. Eric, you're so right about Yield Max MSTY. It's crazy. When the ETF has positive returns since inception and on to and off that pay you $2 in dividends per month, there's nothing to think about. Get in. Exactly. And when he says this, that's exactly the point. Because the actual stock price is $25 right now. So can you believe that you could get back in 12 months almost $25? See, look, here's the thing. Most people would be happy for just 1 month of $2. $25, people would go, oh, I got back $2. They'd be like, I'm good with 8%, 9%. No, that's just 1 month. But imagine if you just got 25 or 30% back, you would be happy, right? That's why I was looking at Yield Max ETFs going, okay, what if I needed to do something over here and I want like $1,000 a month? What would I do? And so here you need 500, because I actually did it, 500 shares will get you, but that's $10,000 roughly. 500 shares will get you about $1,000 per month if they still pay out the same amount. Well, MicroStrategy is actually a company and they have a lot of Bitcoin. So it gets traded a lot because their share price goes up every year as well due to Bitcoin, heavy on the Bitcoin. So that's why that is very, very interesting stock to invest in is MSTY, and you receive, can you imagine? I'd just say $1.50, $2 for about a $10,000. And if you were able to get back 9,000 or 8,000 or more, and your stock price was still the same, would you not take that as a win? I think 100% of all investors would say we're winning. We're making money in here, as George Charles has said. So once again, there we go. All right. So thank you for mentioning that. There's nothing to think about. Exactly. Not really. Do your own research, ladies and gentlemen. There's lots of options out here that you can do for investing. Now, there is one other thing, though. The fellas, the emerging millionaires have been to the island of Dominican Republic, either checking on their investments or looking to make new investments. This is one of the things that you have to think about, offshore investing, whether you start a business, whether you start real estate, Whether you're thinking residency, you have to think of alternatives. Because as we have a person here, post retirement travel, that's going on his worldwide tour, he's finding out in a lot of countries, he's like, these countries are fine to live in. And he's finding out prices are so ridiculously low. And he's sitting there thinking, you know what? If I have a check of like $2,000 a month coming in for retirement, and I got some other passive income coming in, and I can rent a 2-bedroom villa or a 3-bedroom villa for less than $700 per month, and food cost is going to cost me 1/3 of the price in the United States. All of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I could just chill out. Sure, I might have to pay 12 to 1,500 bucks, but it's my retirement income is just 2,000. I'm good. Because I can pay for everything and still have, okay, I only have $125 left over. But when we start talking about, hey, let's go out and have a couple of drinks and some food, and the thing comes back, it's 20 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. Now you're sitting there like, okay, every Friday, date night. Great, we're still covered. I mean, when you start realizing how much it costs to live here, all of a sudden you're just like, man, I can live everywhere else on the planet damn near. Almost damn near everywhere else. There's only about probably EU zone, Japan. There's let's just I have never ran the numbers, but let's just say 20 countries is probably going to be pricey. I mean, Switzerland generally costs, I don't even know, a little bit more. But all I'm saying is it's like 75% of the rest of the world is like cheap as hell. And that's a lot of places. All right. So just think about it. Even if you go to the EU zone, now that I'm thinking about it, because we have people thinking about Spain, there's Portugal. I mean, so there's places in the EU zone that's cheap. And like I said, a friend of mine just came back from South Africa and sent over some pictures. And all I heard was, hey, there was some like villas or condos on the beach, on the water for 165,000. Then all of a sudden, man, I just was like, what did you say? Did you just say 165? Beach, ocean view, water? What are you saying right now? I said, oh, hell no. I don't believe it. Then, of course, sent me a slew of videos, slew of information. I'm like, oh, damn, this is true. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Now, not that I'm a favorite down in South Africa. I've never been there. I've never really wanted to go there. But when somebody starts saying beachfront and all this stuff for 165, and I see white sand beaches, I'm like, hold on a second. Where exactly is this? I'm not mad. And if we could start talking about almost San Francisco type weather, 60, 50 to 75, 80 degrees, 60 to 85, well, that's fine. That's all right with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it works sometimes. You know, we got to go check on some things. But it's good to have friends because then they tell you. My other friend says, hey, one of my friends that I went to high school with, he calls me, we talk. He says, hey, man, I'm getting ready to go down to Panama. Well, his wife is from Panama, right? They've been married for like, oh, man, 24, 25 years. And so they're going down to Panama. And he says, hey, man, I'm going down to Panama because I think I'm going to buy a place there. It's crazy in the U.S. See, he already knows there's a difference in price. Even in Panama, the difference between USA and Panama. So he's like, so I tell him, I said, so now you hear me. I've been telling him for years. Now I see, I tried to tell you. He goes, I know. He goes, that's what always had me thinking when you told me like 6, 7 years ago. He goes, but now we're going to pull the trigger. I think we're going to actually get a place down there for sure. And we're probably going to sell the place here in Orlando. And I'm sitting there like, what? What do you mean? He's like, well, he did the damn thing too. He has another place, a condo. So he's going to cash out, sell the condo, sell the house, cash out, ladies and gentlemen. go off into the sunset living in Panama. And he does speak both languages, Spanish and English, and a few other languages. And so that makes it very dynamically interesting for him because he's used to it. His wife is from there. They visited that over the last 25 years, 30 years. So he's familiar with the cultures and all that. It's not so I found it very interesting that people who have the ability to retire, they choose locations outside the US with a heartbeat, especially if it's normal. They don't sit around here going guessing, going, well, I don't know, maybe I have that $3,500 a month coming in. I'll just struggle over here in America when you can go to damn near 75% of the rest of the planet and be living like a king. That's crazy, right? Why would you do that? I don't advise it. But back to the the merging millionaires in the house. They're over there doing their damn thing, and they're about to have their deliveries coming up over the next 12 to 20 months, I guess. So they'll start raking in some revenue, and it's going to build from there because you can imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if you have, I won't even, I'll just use three properties. They have more than that, by the way. But if you had three properties and one of the properties is bringing in, let's just say $1,000 a month, that would be reasonable. And then another property's bringing in like 1,000, and the other one's bringing in like 1,200. You'd be good with 3,200. Even in America, you can make that work at some level. But if you had the opportunity to be in another location outside the U.S. where things are like 700 a month or 800 a month for rent, and we're talking villas, we're talking 3 or 4 bedroom condos or villas, right? If that was the situation in the United States, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. If this was early 2000s, when you could have a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom apartment for like $1,000, if you could have a 2 or 3 bedroom house for $1,400 a month, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. People would be like, "Oh, this is okay. We're good," because you would have livable wages, right? That would only require you to make like 30-some thousand to $40,000 a year. You'd be good. You wouldn't need 120,000 a year to be good. So that's the huge difference that we have going on here, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's see. What else? Buy assets, no liabilities. That is your mantra this 2025. Assets pay you. That is the mantra. Nobody's coming to save you. You can get this gear at stopstrugglingnow.com. It's that simple. Go over there and check it out. And by the way, the book's over my shoulder. That is an honor to my brother. I said all month long, it's going to be there where you can go get them. Star Cruiser Falcon, Amazon free under Kindle digital edition. The other one, Degeneration Star Cruiser Falcon 2, it's on digital format. It's about $2 or $3. Cheap, the bird way. So that's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Go get your books. Let me know what you guys think. Nobody's saying they're Pulitzer Prizes, but support is all you can do, right? And as many of you know, he passed away now almost a month and a week ago. Oh, no, almost a month ago. Yeah, in a few days. So that's how it goes. All right. When are you going back to DR, Eric? Okay, it has to be after March, so it could be in April. When are you going back to DR, Eric? I may go first week in April before we head out to Europe. Oh my God, I heard Shakira is coming to DR in April. My wife wants to see this concert. I can imagine. Oh, and don't even, I like how you put it. My wife wants to see that. Yeah, this is the one where the guys are like, where the wife comes, taps him on the shoulder, and is like, "Hey, Shakira's coming," and then you're like, she's behind you, and you're just like, then you're like, "Oh, I don't know, honey, about going over there," and then you're like, "Well, let me go see how much tickets cost." But see, you're actually really going to see how close you're going to be sitting up to the front. That's what you're going to be doing. Oh man. I know. I know, Victor Burrell. If Shakira's coming, oh man, that's gonna be one hell of a show. But where's she gonna perform at the Hard Rock? I mean, at Hard Rock Hotel, not Hard Rock downtown, because that's a small venue. So they're gonna open up that 5, 6, 7,000 seat arena, or is she gonna perform in Cap Cana, which that'll be by the beach where they host the what's that? The Fire, the Latin Music Awards. Cheap viewers, here we go again. Thank you so much for that, man. I don't do the cheap viewers. I don't pay for viewers, man. Just so you know. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, we don't do that out here. I'm already in the doghouse with everybody. I always get in the doghouse. Oh, by the way, I have some news to report. News to report. So one of the ops that I had a problem with that hasn't paid me after 9, 10 months commissions on the island of the Dominican Republic. I may have my first payout on the Dominican Republic. But, of course, the deal turned into sue me, bro, or negotiate, bro, or I'm not gonna die today, bro. So let's just put it the solution. The solution is they get to live. The solution is also that things turned out L for me. I call it an L only from the standpoint of when you should be talking 30 grand and you're talking half of that, that's an L. But on the other side of the fence, there were some other things that they were going to gain, and now they lost all of it, and it's worth mills. So actually, they lost millions of dollars worth of business. So I guess on their side of the fence, they lost a hell of a lot more than I'm going to lose. So payouts coming. We made an agreement. So I'm going to be good. For some, I'm still not happy, but better than zero happy. And I didn't have to string out 2 years, 3 years of lawsuits and all this stuff. And we wouldn't have got there anyhow, so it didn't matter. Everybody has a May deadline. So one op says, okay, we come in doing something. They even said today, hey, we're sending you your money today. I said, okay, we'll see. We'll see. All right. So just letting you guys know. So when I go back in April, because if I go in April, well, I don't know if I'll be there in April, but May I'm going to be there because we have the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum. You know what that means? May 13th, 14th, and 15th, Punta Cana Investors Forum. That is what you do. Come out and join me and a few of your fellow SSN Nation members looking at real estate, looking at business, looking at residency, looking at starting a bank account to make sure you have your offshore banking. As an American citizen, I just keep saying this. I keep saying it. Make sure you are like a global corporation, because you are. You're a subsidiary of the United States of America, a huge business organization. That's why you have a number, Social Security number, I-10 number, EIN numbers. You are subsidiaries of the United States. So start thinking about being a subsidiary of another country, which means you are putting yourself in a freedom position because you'll have bank accounts at another location, another, not under the United States rule. You'll have businesses under another jurisdiction, not United States. Or if you're not from the United States and you're watching this, for the few that are, whatever country you're in, you want to make sure that you are global. So you want to have business outside of the country that you're in. Because like I said, there's been people that have been waiting at the Mexican airport for 3, 4 hours because their country said, oh, you want to play games? We'll play games too. You're not going to have entry over here. Just hang out. Just hang out over here for an hour. How about two? How about three? Man, this is wild what's going on in the world. All because countries have to defend or protect or do whatever against other countries right now. It's crazy what's going on. So, therefore, you want to make sure that you are mobile. You're able to say, hey, if I need to make a change, I can make a change. That's all I'm telling you right now. It's been 5 years. Here we go. Jawway J says Shakira is performing in Santo Domingo on April 12th. Oh, she's going to be at the Olympico. Felix Sanchez. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, some people, let's go check this out. I wonder, you know what? How much are tickets in the DR? Because I know when I ran the SSN Nation, SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, tickets could not be like what she would charge in the ATL or Miami or Cali or Vegas. I want to see. I want to see this. She got $1,000 tickets. Let me see this. $500 tickets in the DR. Come on. I doubt it. Look, you can expect to pay between, oh, she does, $22.50 and 33,000. Oh, wait. That's just the range, not in the DR. Hold on a second. Hold on. We got to find her DR ones. Yep, there's a tour. March 30th, she's going to be in Mexico. April 2nd, she's going to be in Santo Domingo. Okay. Yeah, we don't know. In LA, they start at $93. Okay, we know that's nosebleed section. I want to know how much your tickets cost in DR. Because, yep, there we go. 200 to 500. Not no damn $3,000, not no $5,000. That's what I was getting ready to say. Because this is crazy if she could. This is the thing about DR. It's lower cost to live there. People wouldn't even, they didn't even want to pay $40 to come see Grammy Award winners for the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Music Festival. With #1 artist on the Billboard charts, they're playing live instruments, not lip syncing. They're not lip syncing. They're playing all the instruments using their real voices. And people said $40 was too much. Crazy. Now, they're not on the Shakira level, but nonetheless, $40 was too much in Punta Cana of all places. So I can only imagine what people are going to say about $400 tickets, $300 tickets. I mean, it is what it is. But this is not shocker. Here we go. 8 p.m. tickets. Yeah, 200, 350, 400, 500. Tickets for sale at Banco Popular, Ticket Express, Musicalia, and Cordatel offices. It's coming 21 musicians. Wow. Wow. She's also doing something like Shakira MTV Unplugged. So she's going to be there for a minute, it looks like. Interesting. Oh, wait. Nope, that's it. We'll be in San Domingo for 14th of April. Oh, never mind. I'm reading something else. That's not for this year. Sorry, guys. That's not even for this year. That was for like 4 years ago. So I don't know how much your tickets are. But thank you so much for that, Jawway J. Maybe somebody will tell us how much tickets are for Shakira in the Dominican Republic. Sean Lamar 5. I see you on Instagram. Thank you so much for being in the house. Make sure you hit the follow button. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Let's see what else we got. Oh, George's Charles, if he's still watching. He was out at Cruise on Land, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are a buyer, an owner at Cruise on Land, you might want to hear from him. You might want to join our SSN Lifestyle and SSN Nation and Lifestyle WhatsApp group. And he also was at Larimar. And you know what he saw at You know what? Here's what he saw at Larimar. In fact, I could show you. Why don't I just show you what? what we have here for Larimar. Let me go check this out. Let's go see. No, 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 no. Let's go see some things. Oh man, is this? Wait, is this Tuesday? Where's it at? Oh, I know why. Hold on a second. Ah, damn it. This is not what I really wanted. Oh, it's cool. Hold on a second. Can go. Ah, man. Where's all the pictures? All right, we'll go another way then. We'll do it a different way. Got to show you some pictures. We have Larimar owners here, a lot of them. A lot. So I have to share. Hmm. 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 Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Larimar, that's where the prime towers are going. You see these cranes right here. Guess what I don't see though? I don't see materials. I don't see blocks anywhere. I don't see no blocks. But the landscaping crew, man, Claire HP, Larimar, they're one hell of a landscaping crew, that's for sure. I don't see no building going on. But of course, that's not really level yet. February 10th, 3rd, 10th, 5th, whenever it was the first time they showed those rock busting. Here we are. I mean, sorry, December. The first, December 7th, December 10th, somewhere in there when they first shown it. Here it is, going to be 3 months later. And they still haven't cleared this. This is from today, February 17th, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. He's hanging out. He's not showing nobody. But look, you guys saw this when I was there in December. Walking up, same old, same old. They put in those bricks where the guys were fixing the bricks on the right-hand side. They put those in. So you can see that. See, they finished that, but that's nothing. Um, so, once again, I'm not impressed. Oh, hold on. I forgot the wall. Just a second, in all fairness. Here, there goes some more. I don't know how long this video is, but giving you guys some love today, tonight. This is Larimar. Once again, the pavilion was already there. You guys have seen this at the pavilion for the last 2 years, so that's nothing special. That tree's there. I don't know why. Get rid of it. I want clear views. Just playing. All right, so there we go. You see the seats. You see the view. Okay, cool. What else? You guys have seen this before. Sitting around doing. Oh man, I lost it. There you. I was trying to show you the. Oh, I didn't realize that was the beginning. Okay. Let's see what else do we have I can show people. Uh, okay, this is nothing really. This is just coming in, driving in. I guess they're gonna put up a wall, but the landscaping crew, man, they're doing a great job. Got to give the landscaping crew awesome props. I mean, I'm joking. I'm being facetious because I'm like, this is crazy right now. Yeah, there's a little sales office. Uh, there's a sales office. It's downtown Punta Cana. It's on Punta Cana Village. It's at Aqua Business Center, second floor. And now they have stuff on the third floor. So that's where it is. It's on the main street, Punta Cana Village, right where all the, what is that, Kentucky Fried Chicken on the corner, I think? Or was that Wendy's? Can't really remember. But anyhow, it's November Drive, right? Aqua Business Center, they're there Monday through Friday till 5 p.m. Somebody, they have the second floor, they have their main office that they have several offices. I don't know which one's which. They have stuff on the first floor, which they have a model, which is, I don't know why, but they do, I guess. Then on the third floor, I think they now have offices there too. I'm not for sure. I just go to the main office on the second floor. When you go up the stairs, you go once you go up the stairs, you have to go back. And then you go to the right hand side in the corner, it says Larimar or Claire HP. I don't know. That's their main office that I go to. Then they have an office that has the social, the accounting, everything is there in the building. So they have several offices in the building. All right. So that's where it is. Downtown Punta Cana Village is where their offices are located. So Shakira is performing here in Lima, Peru tomorrow night. A lot of youngsters here in Lima are going. They aren't shy about using the credit card to add to their debt. Oh, they're on the same American system. They're like, well, I don't really care. The tickets are 400, 500 bucks. I'll just swipe 500. But I only make $25,000 a year. Oh, man. That's not funny though, but I mean that's the mentality of the world. If they can get you thinking like that, then they have you. Because at this point, if somebody has you by the cojones, then you generally submit. So you're going to submit with laws, you're going to submit with diversionary tactics when they blame the situation on somebody else. This is what's happening in America, by the way. Because a lot of Americans feel that, well, they are living paycheck to paycheck. They feel it has to be somebody else's fault. So that's where the migrants, they're taking your job. Well, they're not, because you better go get that field job, because they're, the fruits and veggies and all that's not getting picked right now. In a lot of instances, you might want to go down and get that roofing job in Florida, because there's a lot of housing remodeling and work to do down there in that nice high humidity location. So go on down. So all these things that people take for granted is the same reason you believe your downfall is due to somebody else, instead of going what your government has done or what your government is doing. You're blaming other people that have nothing to do with the system. You create a system, you create a motherland. You've been creating a motherland for 200-300 years where immigrants can come to America. That's what made America great, right? So if immigrants make America great, it's because of the ecosystem. It's because when you're an immigrant, you don't have papers, you want to work so you can send money back home to your family. So you'll take lower wages. But see, 3, 4, 5 people working at the lower wage job is like you could have 5 people making $75 per hour, and then they come home and put it in the pot. This isn't how American systems work. And so people are willing to cross the border because going back means life or death. So you would rather be like locked up in a jail than being back where it's life or death, right? So you can't blame people for migrating from bad environments. But your government says we don't want the low wages, but yet they're not, arresting the people that hire the people that are illegal, right? If I'm a business owner, and then I know a person does not have a residency card, doesn't have an H-1B visa, doesn't have the appropriate paperwork, and I turn around and be like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man." But here's the value for me as the business owner. If I say don't worry about it, instead of you getting paid your $40 an hour or $35 an hour that I should be paying you, because I'm doing it under the table, I'm going to give you $10 an hour or less. You're going to accept it because you want to stay here. The boss is obviously going to accept it because he doesn't have to hire the going rate. So now the employee cost, which is the heaviest cost on a business, goes way down, paying people 1/3 of what they should be paid, for instance. So now what would you do if you're an immigrant? You're going to say, thank you very much. I'll take the job. I'll do it. I'm busting my ass, but I'm not thinking it's going to be forever. But hey, we got a family to feed, whatever. But not one time are they getting the business owner who hires them, which is actually by law who they should be taking to jail. Because now you would have the opposite effect. If people came here and you said, I'm sorry, I can't hire you. I need official residency cards. I need work visas. I need something. Sorry, can't help you. I'm not going to jail. Then people would now have to start making other maneuvers before they came here because now that would be closed. People would be like coming and then they'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to go to jail. So therefore, you're exasperating it by not actually getting the crux of the problem done. That is why it's like the Americas, USA, it's like they want to let it happen virtually because they win. They sit up here talking all this nonsense, but solve it never. It's easily solvable by using the laws that's on the books, but nobody wants to do that. There's like, oh, we like the cheap labor. That's the only way we can compete with the rest of the world on some front. That's what they're doing. So that hurts everybody on both sides. And that's what people don't understand. Eric, you should hire a news crew from the main TV channel there and storm that office. They'll be willing to do whatever you're asking them then. Oh, no, it's not Larimar. Me and Larimar has not come to a conclusion yet. No, 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 no. I asked for my money back. Like I said, it's somewhere between 15 to 18,000. I think I've never even counted it up. It doesn't. The money doesn't really matter. It's like when you lie to people. That's what matters. When you sit there and say all the BS, that's what really matters. Yeah, I'm gonna lose some money possibly, but it's money you can remake. But your character, you find out a lot about people when they lie in your face, tell you stories over and over, and then after they lie to you, they try to treat you like they're the victims. And so you find out a lot about people. So then it turns into, I have nothing good to say about you eventually, right? That's what it turns into because you didn't do what I was giving you money for. Then you're over here talking mess. No, me and Larimar is not the ones that we have a resolution. It's another company. Larimar is very interesting because they're in a situation that George's Charles, the emerging millionaire, they actually, he actually went here and showed this picture. Check this out. We talked about this about 3 weeks ago, where Juan Andreas, Claire HP CEO, was posting on his Instagram. And on his Instagram, he was saying that we're going to have other people. Let me see if I can find this. Golly, I wish I had everything in order, but I don't. Let's see here. He was saying, was it a picture? I think it was a picture, not a video. So where's my pictures at? Dang it, dang it, dang it. George's Charles was dropping pictures today. Now I can't find them. Guess I'll have to go into WhatsApp. I didn't really want to do that, but George's Charles, thanks for dropping the mortgage requirements. It's hefty. Thank you so much for that. At Scotia Bank, mortgage requirements in the Dominican Republic, 680 credit score. Send the last 2 years of income tax form, 1040. Current rates, 8.25 fixed for 1 year. Okay, let me explain. Who's going to pay their 50, 60, $100,000 in 1 year? If you owe $100,000, you're going to be paying 8,000 in interest, and you have to pay it all off in 1 year. How about 8.75% fixed for 3 years and 9% fixed for 5 years? That's crazy. That's crazy. Some of you would say, hey, wait a minute. What do you mean 5 years? I'm just saying that's what it is. So if you have that 20 or 10, 30, 40 deal and it's 60% that you're going to pay, they go up to 70%, by the way. Scotia Bank. So if you go up to, if you get something for, let's just say 150,000, and you've put down 50%, and you owe 75 grand, now you're going to owe 9% for 5 years, which is 60 months. So all you got to do is divide, what is that, 60? So your payment's going to be roughly, well, I don't know exactly, probably around $1,400 to $1,500 per month, plus your HOA. So right off the bat, you might owe 1,600, 1,700 and a month. And right off the bat, you're going to have to figure out, are you going to get 1,700 or more if you're going to do any rental? I know month to month you will not. So that's not going to happen because you're not going to be able to buy anything for 150 that you're going to get 1750 a month. Your 150 price is probably going to get you like 700 to 1,000 maybe. So therefore you'll be negative. So that won't work. So if you do short term, you have to pick what we talked about: amenities, amenities, amenities in a cool location. That way, you have a reason for people to stay with you. So that'll hopefully get you your 50% occupancy or 40, and you still could win. You're going to be very close though, but that is the game. All right. Now, I was looking for something, wasn't I? Yeah, he showed me a picture, and I just wanted to go over the mortgage, but he showed a picture somewhere. Where was it? I wish I could. Man, I gotta do a folder. I'm just gonna have to do a folder. That's what it is. I'm just gonna have to do a folder. Um, because what is this?
This is where the Prime Towers are gonna be.
Oh,
This
Prime
is where
Towers. Okay. All right. We don't want Prime. I don't want Prime. Let's go. We know where Prime's gonna be. Oh, he did this here. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. This is Horizon. This is Horizon area right here. Uh oh. I got
this
noise.
is where Horizon's gonna be, and here the Prime Towers.
And the Prime Tower is right next door. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that. Does that look like 50 meters apart to you? That don't look like 50 meters apart to me. Right? There's Prime Tower. I mean, that was, again, the landscaping crew, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing one hell of a job. All right. Um, I can't find the other picture. This is crazy. I wanted to show you guys this one. Oh, here it is. Right here. Watch. Oops. There you go. See, there's a picture. Guess not. At the beginning, notice there was a name of a company was on the billboard. And so, see on the right hand side, the name. That's who's building this. I think this was the Golf Village. Yeah, they're calling it, this is weird, Apartamentos Mu Caribe Golf. I thought this was going to be Aston. I thought this was going to be Aston Hotel or something. Yeah, Mu Caribe Golf. I thought that was Aston, Grand Aston's golf residences. What's the hell's going on? Wait. Yeah, it says mucaribeinvestments.com. I thought that was going to be the Aston Golf. Wait, what? So, anyhow, what we talked about before, ladies and gentlemen, last month was the fact that that they're going to act like Vistacana out there. So, this Mu Caribe, very interesting. Let's go look. Wherever that is. I'd be willing to bet you. I'm not even going to speculate. I'd be willing to bet you something. Okay, I'll just say what I think's going to happen. Watch this. Okay, they got Mu Caribe Investments So I don't know what's happening. Maybe they're marketing it, but I thought those were Aston Golf something. They're saying apartments golf, and they're saying from 165,000. All right. Um, this is very interesting. I'm not even. I'm just gonna say it. I'd be willing. I want to see the name on the SRL. I want to see whose name's on the SRL. I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm going to see a familiar name on the SRL for this company. Let's see if they have any contact info. Contact us is just a form you fill out. Let's see about us. Let's see if they give us any info. Huh. Of course. Mu Caribe Investments was born from the hand of two Spanish partners, experts in the financial sector, private investments, and real estate. Of course it is. Like I said, I'm not going to name names right now. I'll just pull it. We'll just check out who owns this thing. I have a sneaky suspicion. They're not mentioning who the two Spanish partners are. Interesting. These guys can't be this clownish, can they? They better. I better not be seeing somebody's name that I think's going to be on there. That'd be foul, if it is. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully all this is cool. But I thought this was supposed to be Aston. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm on the screen, I'll just do it this way so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll just do this. Check this out. There we go. This is all I went to. I went to go see who these guys were. Mu Caribe. So I went to properties. This is what comes up. Apartments, golf, 165. The golf area will consist of 8 blocks of buildings, each with 24 apartments. Each building will have 4 levels, 6 apartments. Views of the golf course, which, where's the total golf? You know, where's that? Where are they starting at? That should be marked off somewhere on the back. 148 acres. A golf with a lifetime membership to the property of each of the apartments. What? All golf apartments include a private parking space. They also come with a lifetime membership to the property of each of the apartments. Lifetime membership of the golf course? What does that mean? That mean we still have to pay if you own there? 165 for a 1 bedroom up there? I mean, I don't know. Some people might think that's a great deal. All right. I just had to bring that up. Why not? Have a little fun. Why not? Okay. Cheapest ticket for the Shakira Fest. Let's go see what that is. 48. Hey, that's only, yeah, like $90, right? 80, yeah, 80 bucks, $83. That's reasonable. Most expensive, 73,000. That's a grand. Or a little over. Still, that's only 1,100, 1,200, I think. Yeah, it is. 66,000, 72,000 should be 1,200. Yeah. That's not expensive. Because again, this is different than in the United States where it's going to be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for those same upfront areas. So thank you, Jaway J. Greatly appreciated. VIP is $100, $120 or something. That's crazy. Eric, does that DR loan info show the lowest amount of a loan? For example, and you have a loan for only 25K because doing a small amount can be doable with the 9% interest. Yes, it does not show. I'm pretty sure there's a lowest amount. You're right. I will look it up. Let's go check. Let me see requirements. I'll get the PDF pulled up. Let me check something. Let me see. 680 credit score. Here's the thing. USD dollars, maximum percentage to be financed, 70% of the lower between sales price or appraisal. This is what we talked about before. This is what we talked about before. A lot of people sit here and go, well, my property's worth X amount. In the United States, that works well. In the DR and a lot of places, it does not. Because you could have bought a place for 130 grand. It's worth 200 grand, let's say. But your loan is still going to be based on that 130 grand. It's not going to be based on the 200%. You're not able to take money out. You're not able to pay it all off and all like that. No. They're only going to give you 60% to 70% max on your sales price. So if you had a 10, 20, 70 deal, then you're going to qualify for the 70% more than likely. But on that same, well, I'll have to use 100,000 to make it easy for myself mathematically. But you gave up 30,000 down. Now you owe 70,000 for the $100,000 condo or villa. So now you're going to be paying 70 grand at 8% or for 1 year, which, that is what it is. 12 months at 70 grand is 6,000 a month. But anyhow, it doesn't have a low. This is Scotiabank, by the way. Oh, and there's a caveat. Scotiabank authorized project. That's also the caveat. Authorized project. See, you knew this was going to go this route. You knew this was going to happen when these guys start giving out loans. They're not just going to let any Joe Schmo who's out here running around being like the dumbass developer. They're going to make sure that they can't lose money. They're going to make sure they have titles. They're not going to give you a loan. They're going to make sure everything's above board. So it's that simple. I mean, it's a small list. Check this out. It's a small list. All right. So I'll have it up on ssnlifestyle.com website. And so that also means after tomorrow, I will have this up on the I am NADICU on Instagram. Thank you so much for being in the house. It'll also be posted tomorrow down below the description box on YouTube only. All right, so just so you guys understand, that's where we'll be playing with that PDF, courtesy of George's Charles. All right, also, George's Charles went out to, you won't believe it, he went out to Cruise on Land. He has some very interesting things to say, but I don't know if I should repeat what they're saying. I don't think I should be repeating nothing that anybody's saying. So I won't. I'm not going to say nothing. I'll just put it to you this way. Some people are claiming that stuff is going to be done by summer. That would be Larimar. We've heard that story before. Oh, it'll be done by summer. Yeah, okay, whatever. Landscaping crew's not doing it. So, Cruise on Land, they also said their story before. Our model home or our models will be done by summer, but they were done like a year later. So no matter who we're talking about here, they're both talking like things will be done in a certain time frame. And I'm like, take it with a grain of salt. It's not happening. In my opinion, not happening. But nonetheless, we have some timelines that people are saying in the next 7 months that stuff's going to be done. I'll see it. I don't believe it, but. And by the way, I still want to point out, I would have won the bet with Larimar. Everybody involved with Larimar, I'd have won the bet. Clearly, they cannot deliver by December 2025. So, deliver their first phase, I'm talking about, not whatever. So, last year, I was right. I would have won. They would have been paying for my down payment. But nobody wanted to take me up on it. obviously, because they knew what was going on. So, and so next up, I will have to start dealing with Larimar once again, even though they're going to hide out or not email wise, not really hide out, but email wise, haven't been able to get that resolution. So I'll see them in May. I'm not mad with them as I was with the other guys. So, like I said, the resolution. Oh, the other guy's resolution. I gave you part of it. Here's the other part. Give me some of my money back. We go our separate ways. We never have to see each other again. And I don't have to worry about running into you because then I'll still have a little smile on my face because you didn't really kind of jack me, but business is business. We came to a resolution, so I'm still not going to be like your friend no more, but still going to be good. I'll put it that way. We ain't friends, so I ain't really got nothing to say when I see you because it's a small world. You never know when you're going to run into somebody else, right? I mean, now back to holidays made for making money. If you are an entrepreneur and a business person, you're supposed to be taking advantage of these holidays. You're supposed to be running specials just like you're the big boy because one day you could be the big boys. You never know where your course leads you. So you're the one that's supposed to be, hey, if there's a Cyber Monday, you're supposed to have Cyber Monday. If you're trying to sell any products of any mass quantity, that's what you should be doing, right? Got to have promos every now and then. All right, just so you know. I'm doing some things in the background because I was getting some things done. I was doing some stuff that I haven't done in years because I've been doing some like remodel at mom's house, which was my brother's house, which now is who knows house because he didn't have a will. Most of the time in states such as Florida and states such as Georgia, if if a if a parent is alive and their child dies and they don't have a will in both those states, all their assets, their estate goes to their living parents. So if there's one living parent, it goes to the one living parent. If there's two, then the two parents split it. That's how it goes. All right. So that's why, again, we're going to be talking living trust. I'm going to have Darcy come back on this year because we talked about 4 years ago about this, right? 4 years ago. So I said, now I'm going to have to do something myself because there's assets being moved around and stuff. And so now I said, okay, let's get the assets started. I said, I got to open up a trust for just probably a couple of things, intellectual properties and some other things. So I'm going to open up a trust for that and then move some assets into that. So then that way, if anything happens to me, then it's already going to be accounted for going to the appropriate people. No nonsense with probates. Waste of time. All right. Assets and liabilities. Once again, personal finance tips, shall I say. Get rid of all your debt. That is the tip for the night. Get rid of all your debt, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to, if you can. I know it's hard because of all the paycheck to paycheck people that could be watching this, but if you can, get rid of your debt. It's imperative. You have a year to get rid of your debt. 12 months. Can you get rid of your debt in 12 months? Or a lot, even if it's 20 or 30%, can you get rid of that? You got to. You have to. There's no options. You're going to have to do it. All right? You're going to have to do it. I implore you. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Incoming tax cut, tax breaks. There's a lot of cuts trying to be made for everything that has to do with helping people from the government. So none of that nonprofit money that comes in from the federal level is being stopped. We're talking about even with FEMA funds, even with USAID, even with all of this, Medicare, They're trying to slash all of that. And this helps millions of people, and they don't even know it. So, and that keeps your society also in a certain level as well. And if you don't have any social safety nets from your government, then you're like a third world country. Well, you're already a third world country. So we already started that already. That's why we have a lot of homeless people, a lot of veterans and things like that living on the streets. It's already happening. It's just now it's about to be accelerated if some of these policies are put into place. And therefore, the only people that's winning are those with assets and no liabilities. Because interest will be kicked up. So if you're holding credit cards, a lot of you already know this, over the last 5 years, 6 years, your interest rate on your card has increased, right? It's based on bonds oftentimes, or it's based on nothing. Based on the Fed said we're increasing interest rates. So they're like, we'll just raise it up another point or two, or three or four. Next, some people are paying 39% interest on cards, 28% interest, 25% interest. That's insane. You can't even pay that off. If you're trying to do minimum payments, you'll never pay it off. You'll just keep minimum until you hit your ceiling, because you're not going to be able to loan your way out of debt. So that's why you have to make an effort to reduce your debt, increase your interest or your credit scores. So then you have an exit strategy if necessary. So just think about all of that. And I'm not going to be on here too long once again. I'm going to start making these short and sweet, not 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours. So that's why you got to smash that like button. If you have any comments to make, please do so now. All right. Makes it very simple, not very hard. All right, here we go. Let's see. Special guest. 17,300 bucks. 22,000. Okay, yeah, so there's 300, 400, 500, same as before. I like it. Where are you getting these prices from? That'd be awesome. The beauty about doing a loan is that the bank will run all the steps to make sure the project is legit and is 100% happening. Exactly. They have the legal backing and ensure titles are straight. Exactly. That's what I love about it as well. You now have a double check. Because the banks are all like, wait a minute, this doesn't have a title. We can't give you a loan for this. And that's where things are going to get very interesting. When more and more people have delivery, and I can't believe to this day that I just don't get it. People are like taking delivery of properties where the title has not been finished. They're going, oh, you can move in. And I'm just like, why would I move into a property I definitely don't have any ownership of? I don't even have a rental agreement because I don't rent from you. What in the hell am I doing? I mean, it's insane. And people, of course, do this because they have money tied up. They believe who these people say they are and everything they're going to do. And then later on, they're going to find out. They're going to F around and find out that they could be living somewhere, and someday, I don't know how they evict people, but someday you could roll up and be like, hey, you got to go. You don't have title to this property, and you're going to be sitting there, but, here's my contract. I paid it off. They signed off on it. This is going to happen if it hasn't happened already. This is going to happen because some of these developers are going to end up with liens on their property because they didn't finish, or from other lawsuits or whatever happened. So these are the type of things that you have to be worried about. And the bank will make sure none of those shenanigans go. They say, we don't have a title, we're not giving a loan. So now you're up a creek without a paddle. That's why you should check out who the developers are. Get their pictures. Know what their faces look like. Know where their offices are, where they show up to work. Because if anything goes crazy, you want to be there. Eric, Brian P. Once again, Mr. Dividend is here. That sounds like a great plan. Thank you, man. It is. It is. We all need a trust. Yeah, you all need a trust. Do not leave anything to probate. You can have a will. That doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody, like, I'll give you a perfect example. The worst thing that I've ever heard of is that a situation like my father, he was married to my mom. He got remarried to another lady. They've been married for 30 years plus. They bought homes, houses, whatever. If he passes away and has a will that says anything, all the way the laws work in Georgia is the wife, or not the wife, the spouse, so if it's husband or wife, spouse can keep no less than like a third. If the spouse has surviving family members, they can actually get up to 66, 67%, 63, I think, 63%. Let's just call it 60 just to round down. 60%. Can you believe this? So, can you imagine you are now in your 70s, 80s, and all of a sudden your spouse passes away, your house is free and clear, houses, and one of the heirs or two or three of the heirs show up knocking on the door saying, hey, where's our 50%? Where's our 60%? And imagine your home has increased in value a few hundred thousand. And then imagine somebody says, oh, that's 180 grand, 200 grand. Oh, you have another piece of property? Oh, there's another 200 grand. Being in your 80s. Can you imagine that? Now you understand why people lose property in some of these southern states, because that's on purpose. And you're spending money on lawyers to do probate. And then you have infighting. Everybody's spending money on lawyers. Some people are going to run out of money. Other people are going to, and then 2 years, 3 years go by. Crazy. And you know what? You can actually do a will, actually pretty simple. But if you want to do it right, you should have a professional. That's all I'm going to say. You should have a professional. You can always make a irrevocable, livable trust yourself. You can go to your EIN number. You can go down and file the paperwork, but you want to and I'll give you some other keys. You have a car, right? A car, a home, whatever it is. You are actually the CEO of your life. Just remember that. So the car has a VIN number, but in your trust, the car doesn't necessarily going to have a VIN number. You're going to have it assigned a number for your trust, your corporation, ladies and gentlemen. You own it. The corporation says this number is for the car. This number is for the motorcycle. This number is for the house. Tidbits, all right? You don't have to use the same numbers, like the APN number. If you want to, you can, like for a house, of course. If you want to, you can use the VIN number. But all I'm saying is oftentimes you use a different number that goes with your CEO of your corporation. Not someone, you're not the subsidiary, you're the CEO. This is not your guys' number, this is my number, and this is our stuff. You no longer have jurisdiction over my stuff, so to speak. All right? Just something to think about. Just letting you guys know. Eric, I need to talk to you behind the scenes. Okay. Brian P, hit me up, man. You hopefully you're in the SSN lifestyle, SSN Nation and Lifestyle group. You know you can always hit up on WhatsApp. If not, just send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. I know you know it, but just in case other people don't know how to reach me, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. That's another way. Or on our WhatsApp group, you can always hit me up. So just so you guys have an idea. Now, I got to go do a mystery because that Mukaribe Properties talking about they're selling the apartments, the golf apartments. This is crazy right now. Watch. This is crazy. Golf apartments. Isn't it by Aston? Aston. That's what it was supposed to be. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty damn sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Grand Aston Golf Hotel and Residences. I know. I saw that. I know. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Um, it was Grand Aston is not it. It was some. Let me see. Lamar City and Resort, Aston Hotel. Man, these guys, man, they do so much stuff. You can't even keep it straight. Uh, Aston Towers. The Aston Towers. Uh, the Yeah, this is different. This is different. It says this is June 5th, 2024. And you guys know, I guess I'll bring you in on this. Oh, okay. I have to check this out. All right, let's go check this out. This is crazy. This is June 5th. Grand Aston Golf Hotel and Residences. So I guess this isn't what they're talking about. Because this is 150 luxurious hotel rooms, 94. These are condo hotels, though. Aston Towers, Larimar City. You know why I want. You know what? Damn it. I used to have pictures. You know what? Yeah, okay, hold on. We're going back. There was pictures of this before. Well, Archipelago International continues. Okay. Nope. It's not going to say, so can't go there. Can't go there. Let's see what these guys say. They said there's 24 apartments, right? So these are different. These are on the golf course, so these are not them. Each with 24 apartments. Each building will have 6 apartments on each one. 8, 1, 8, 2, 8, 3. Total per building. So there's 8 buildings. 8 times 24. 160, 180. Is that 180? 8 times 24. 192. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That's 244, so it's not that, I guess. Hotel and residences, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know where this Aston Golf is. This look, this right here. This is what I thought was the building. Grant, this is look. See this side of the building right here? Look at that. That right there is what I was looking at. And so I was thinking, well, is this the building? Because that faces the golf course, right? So these have to be the condos, right? I mean, that's what it would seem like to me. But again, this is all speculation on my behalf because I don't have the layout for this. This is, whatever. So here, look. This is what a little bit of a different design. So maybe that's not it. It's a different design. But then again, it's on the parking area. The parking area is going to be designed like what we just saw, right? I'm pretty sure because you come in on the entrance outside and this is going to be facing the golf course. So that's why I thought that's what it was. But of course, they don't really show anything, so can't really tell. Yeah, can't. Yeah, see the entries here. So that would make sense. The parking lot's here. You come up, enter, golf over here. Makes perfectly good sense. Right? Yep. Entry from here, golf over here. Simple. Entry here, golf over here. Simple. Or here. So I think it could be, but see, these guys are always sketchy. I shouldn't use the word sketchy. All I'm saying is they're not direct with what the situation is, right? I thought they're doing Aston. This looks like something called Mukaribe Investments, and this is something different right here. This could be it, but we have no idea because they're not showing us the other side. So, but see, here we are, and the other side could, who knows? Not really showing any renderings. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. We'll find out when they tell us, right? But this reminds me of the Paradise Towers, the Paradise Towers website that used to be out here. Funny stuff. All right, well, we need to talk, man. Let's do it. You know where to find me. All right, Eric, I just dropped the Macau Hills Phase 1 schedule on WhatsApp. Okay, we have some Macau Hill investors, which was one hell of a deal. One hell of a deal. Oh my, you dropped this. Oh, there's some activity at Macau Hills. Whoops, sorry. Hopefully I didn't show your number too much. That's Macau Hills. They're making progress. Oh, sorry about that, Jaway J. I might have to edit something. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Some more Macau Hills. Okay. Very nice. Hey, at least they have something started. I don't know what it is, but they have something started. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, these things 90 grand, 80 grand, 110 grand for villas out by Macau. Potential. I mean, hell, all you have to do is rent them for $110 a night, $120 a night, and you're good. That's awesome. People are putting themselves in position. So that ought to be pretty sweet. All right. That's really neat. They're giving you the construction schedule. I wish most builders would do that to keep everyone informed. Well, normally, these guys have been so late for most of the time, nobody gives it. They don't care. They have no interest in giving you production information because even they don't know. Hold on. Let me see if it's actually that. Oh, come on. Now. We're going to have to stop. There's no way there's going to be any December 2025 happening. Oh, how cool. This is cool. They are giving the damn schedule. They're like movements. Let's see, foundation. They're doing, it's in Spanish. Yeah, they're giving you, yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't know if they're up to schedule though. Because according to this, construction is supposed to be complete 12 of 2025. Well, let's just call it January 1st because it's 12/18, 12/28. But they're saying January 1st. Obviously, that's not possible. I mean, that's not possible for the first phase. That's only 10 months from now. And they don't have buildings down. They only have one villa down. It takes, well, they have small villas, but it generally takes 10 months, 9 months, something like that. So the fact that they have no villas down, there's no way they're building, I don't know how many they have, but there's at least 20, 30 of them. There's no way they're building 20 or 30 in 9, 10 months. or a year and a half either. So we'll give them the extra 6 months, year and 4 months. That's not happening either. But nonetheless, it's nice. They did give a schedule, just so everybody can see. There is a schedule. I mean, I can't really show you, but I mean, I don't see how this is actually a thing. Because they're supposed to have electrical, HVAC, and all this by the end of, by, uh, July 15, 2025. Oh, those are the dates, the range. But still, the end game is December 28th, 2025. There's no way. They're not building 20 or 30 villas in that time frame. I don't care how small they are. 700 square feet, 800 square feet, 1,000. They're not, no, they're not building that. They're not building that. And they're starting from scratch. Not happening. But nonetheless, thank you very much for that, man. Jawway J, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I too, Paul Castillo. That'd be so awesome. But it's kind of, they're not going to hold to the schedule. But the point is, at least they attempted, so people can come see. Hey, you said this was between here and here. What would be even more awesome would be a situation where these guys go, hey, you know what? You pay us according to the bill schedule. That would be awesome. Hey, Eric, did you see the neighbors risk losing homes as monthly HOA fees tripled to $3,300? One man tried to sell and got an insulting offer. Yes. We talked about this already. This is a thing. This is what's going to happen. Especially in states like the southern states of Florida, the southern Louisiana, Mississippi, and all those that touch the Gulf and have hurricanes. The insurance money, see, there's a domino effect. My insurance for my condo or home is going to rise. But the insurance for your HOA also rises. So they have to charge you. So if the insurance company formerly charged, let's say, 100,000, and then the next year they say 200,000, or you're not going to be covered, well, the HOA has the responsibility to have it. You have to have insurance. So they go, okay, well, I guess, the 50 or so condo owners, they're going to have to chip in $4,000. So now you have a special assessment of $4,000 for insurance. And you still have to pay your normal maintenance fee. Or they'll put it in your maintenance fee if they don't do special assessments. But, either way, you're paying for it. And that's the problem. So fees tripled. That's just insurance. We haven't even gotten to maintenance and upkeep and anything else that's rising. So you throw that in the mix. So your 4,000 now turns into 5 a month. And then next thing you know, something else comes up. Water, sewer, garbage. That increased naturally. So, another extra $20 or $10 or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it's a no-win cycle, which leads me to the condo dream. It's over. So the condos that we talked about on the island of Dominican Republic, ladies and gentlemen, they are not immune to doing exactly the same thing. Just so you know, there is an exit strategy. We haven't gotten there yet because there's deliveries that were supposed to be 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They still haven't been delivered. Other than our man, Riddell Cabezas, has his delivery for his freaking townhouse that he's getting top dollar for, rightfully so, at the beach. But we'll see what happens during the course of the first 6 months of the year. Is this going to be like that people had the problem in Palm Springs, where December, January, February, and March, they're loving life because they're getting a high rate of return, high rental values because it's prime time with the weather, prime time with the season. Then as soon as that summer came and temperatures are 120, 115, nobody wants to come. Now they went from damn near all the sugar to bad stuff. So then what happens, right? That's the problem. So we're gonna find out over the course of 12 months. We can't say, oh, we made 4 grand, 10 grand for 3 months, 30 grand over 3 months, and then you find out it's only 10 grand for the rest of the year. Now you're sitting there like, damn, I was rolling. Everything was going great. What happened? You have to find out. It's going to take a year. And as things turn out, I will be dropping a video tomorrow. If anybody saw my West Side video about the fraud there, that's interesting. I did not make number two. Like I said, I've been doing some remodeling, renovations, some stuff at my mom's house, which was my brother's house. So had to get it up to my standards, or comfort and style, right? So that means a lot of remodeling going on. Not remodeling, so to speak, like you're thinking, just fixtures and cleaning. So we have all the cleaning stuff, right? The carpet cleaners, every wood, because the house has wood in it, and things like this. Everything that's been neglected over the years, we're trying to get better, but that takes time, hours. And so, and then of course you got to get rid of all this stuff that your just imagine your parents accumulate things, and then your brother accumulates things, right? And so they have a lot of bedding and a lot of sheets and a lot of stuff that you would never use. And then you have queen size beds when you want king size bed, and you want your bed to be comfortable a certain way. So you have to get rid of those beds and figure out new beds. And then when all the beds are queens, but you need king size everything. So now you have to go buy some stuff. That's what we're, that's what I'm dealing with right now. So that's why I haven't been putting out that many videos because I've been having to do stuff. Things that should have been taking me like 30 minutes to do or 45 minutes to do. The home is so old that the wiring is different than homes. They're wired much differently in 1970 than they are in 1980 and 2000 and 2025. So stuff where it should be is not there. Stuff that should be there, wires things that make sense on a panel, it's not making no sense. It's like stuff's everywhere. I shut off a panel and the garage light goes out, the living room lights go out in the ceiling, and something in the kitchen goes out. I'm like, what the? And here's the wildest thing: the room that the lights go out in the ceiling, I plug something in to check the plugs in the wall, they are still lit. I'm like, who does this? Now I'm out there looking for the same room because I'm like, I don't want to make no mistakes about when I'm touching some electrical wires. I don't want nothing to be hot in the whole room. Hit another switch, and it's like, it takes out the sockets in this room, takes out something in the kitchen. I was like, this is wild. I said, this is too much. I'm like, no freaking way. So anyhow, learned a big lesson this past week with the electrical. I'm just like, man, this thing needs to be rewired, repaneled. This is crazy story. Uh-oh. Brian P has a story. Carnival Cruise Line adds charge for once free service. Oh, this is the decline of an empire. Notice all these a la carte fees. At one time, cruises, right? You go on a cruise, everything's paid. Then all of a sudden it's, oh no, now you guys got to pay for your food, or this package. Or remember, drinks used to be free a long time ago. And now it's, oh, you got to buy a drink package. Oh, you got to pay for luggage. All this stuff is decline of an empire, is when you're getting charged for stuff that at one time was service. Now it's like, oh no, it's a business. We're charging you for everything. Sooner or later, they're probably going to charge people to walk in a damn store the way things are going right now. Wow. That they've been cruise lines have been doing that, and airlines have been getting away with this for a while. And the saddest part is, taxpayers pay subsidies for all these companies. If they're registered in the United States, I know Carnival is, so they receive subsidies from taxpayers, and then they jack the taxpayers. That's what airlines, cruises. They're all the same. They get subsidies. Oil, water, and gas get subsidies. And they don't turn around. They go, oh, all-time record high. Not cruises so much, not airlines so much, but all-time record high. We still have profits, but I'm like, yeah, I would have profits too if I got free money. If you said, hey, Eric, we're going to send you $150,000 a year every year for your business on the backs of taxpayers, then taxpayers come in my business and they look at me like, hey, man, I just read that you made all-time record high profits this past year. And our prices in your store, we still come, but they went up like 40%. And I'm going, well, that's the way things are. More people should be pissed. You should be thinking, wait a minute, we're giving our tax monies to these companies, and they're sitting here going, oh, yeah, we love our all time record high money. And just because you live paycheck to paycheck, we don't care. And guess who gets bailed out when consumers can no longer afford their products? After you give them free money, that's ludicrous to me. Yeah, give me a couple $100,000 a year. I make all time record high profits. Then, because you don't want to buy anymore because I raised my prices so high, oh, I have a problem. I have to go out of business. Can I get a bailout, government? And the government gives a bailout who the taxpayers pay for again. You guys should be livid out here. I am. I'm livid. I'm just like, is this for real right now? News story. California last resort home insurers getting a Jesus, this is just what we're talking about. Getting a $1 billion bailout. Homeowners could be on the hook for some of the what the frick? This is just what I'm talking about right here. You guys know insurance companies get subsidies too? You know that, right? This is why I say you have to prepare yourself for being your own CEO of your life with your own companies, your own assets, offshore or inshore. Either way, on the shores of United States, but I recommend both, offshore and something in the United States. Separate corporation, offshore. And offshore could be anywhere you fancy. If you say, hey, it's got to be Africa, cool. If you say, hey, it's got to be the Eurozone, cool. If you say it's got to be Russia, I don't give a damn. You need something outside the USA. You can see where this is going. Easily, insurance companies receive subsidies as well. Here is the example I just made is actually right here, right now. $1 billion bailout. So we give them subsidies. If they fail, we're going to bail them out. Taxpayers are paying for it all. The subsidies and the bailout. I shouldn't say taxpayers are paying for it all. They're going to be paying for a large, significant amount of it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ticket prices are at Tupoletta. Oh my. .com. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. Oh man. Oh man, that's funny. Hold on. Here we go. I gotta go do this. This is I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I'm laughing is because my daughter's mom is is from Thailand. Oh man. And she used that word. That's why I'm laughing. Oh man. And imagine um but she has that like Asian, that Thai accent, and I'm laughing. Oh, that's funny. I haven't heard that in a long time, but I'm just thinking about her, and unfortunately, she passed away a long time ago, man. My daughter was only like 8 years old or something. It's crazy. Wow, Eric, did you see the airplane land upside down in Canada? Yes, I saw that. And did you see the other situation? Oh no, that was Canada actually. It wasn't the other. That's the same one. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I wonder who got rid of some of that aviation in the United States. Oh man. Oh, we got to cut some funds. Get rid. I mean, damn man, this is crazy stuff. This is wild, wild, wild stuff. Yes, I saw it. I just sat there shaking my head. What do you expect? You have, you have, you have people thinking take away government funding for services that require safety. And so this is what we talked about before. When you say we don't want to have FDA inspectors, we don't want to do anything, then you're going to have tainted food. You don't want to have regulations for your food supply, well, you're going to have tainted food. You don't want to have regulations and air traffic and aviation committees, then you're going to have airplane crashing. This is just wild. And taxpayers are paying for all of it two ways. We're losing devaluation, we're losing currency strength, or shall I say, devaluating your currency because you're going to have to borrow more money to pay for these disasters or clean up the disasters. Taxpayers have to put more money in to clean up the disasters, clean up the problem. Healthcare costs an arm and a leg. So when people get sick and they don't have the coverage, then that's going to be on the back. Just like if some business does bankruptcy or gets bailed out, it's on the back of the taxpayer. So this is why you have to think about assets versus liabilities. You don't need liabilities anymore. Whatever you have, just keep it. Live with it. Live your happiest life because objects are not going to make you happy. But no money at all. Now, that is something I do not want to wish on anybody because if you don't have food and shelter, it's a whole different existence, right? It's a whole different existence on a daily basis. Daily. And you have to deal with the situation at hand. If five people do not have something and five other people do, sooner or later, one of the five that has nothing is going to go try and get something from the people that do, whether it's a conversation. If that doesn't work, then it has to escalate because nobody wants to die from not being able to provide for them or their loved ones, right? So they're going to do whatever it takes. So that's just the nature of animals. You're an animal, is what a human being is, just like all the rest of the animals on the planet. Survival is necessary in order for you to live. And unfortunately, nothing is produced by a human that you can actually use. So you have to go find it. And that's where the problem comes in. So keep all that in mind while we're out here. I'm going to probably wrap this up, but I just want you guys to understand this is crazy right now. I forgot the .do. Oh man. Yep, we're living in the wild wild west, exactly. And it's a shame too cuz we didn't have to be here. Did not have to be here. Oh, speaking of something that you sent me that's oh man, I can't even. The administration doesn't want wind turbine use. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another reason why you need to be self sufficient if possible. If you can get some solar something, I don't care if it's just a few panels that are portables. Go to Temu, by the way. Just a shout out, TEMU. Get some panels that is good enough for if the sun shines, you can charge and you can power up like a fridge and some lights. All right? And store. That would be the best little small investment you can make. Nobody's saying anything about a roof. We're just talking about where you can actually power up a fridge and some other high octane, like a 240 or two or three 110s, 125s, whatever the case may be. So you can at least get some cold food. Maybe you can even wash some things, whatever the case may be. But you better get something that requires no electricity because the wind turbine farms are maybe being turned off. Millions of people who receive energy from these turbines will no longer have them. That is the cheapest type of energy you can get. Now you're hooked back up to the grid, and now they can charge you whatever they want. That is crazy. This is another reason why you have to get rid of your liabilities. You have to make sure you have two different locations that you can live if possible. If possible. Think of alternatives. All right. Um, uh, Let me see something if I can pull this up. Yeah, and it's going to affect millions, ladies and gentlemen. Millions. Uh, it's not like it's only a few hundred. Often sizes millions depending on the size of the wind farm. That's right, because when you don't believe in solar and all that stuff, um, 2 days ago, 12 million homes in the U.S. Wind projects that could, hold on, I'll just pull this up. This also, Brian P. sent me over this. This right here is bad. This is bad. Um, our president's team has launched a broadside against the wind industry, pausing new leases for offshore projects and halting new permits pending a review. The order has had an immediate impact and puts at risk a pipeline of projects on the East Coast that could power millions of U.S. households. Some Northeast states don't have viable alternatives to offshore wind right now, and the order could create grid reliability issues in the future. Of course, that's why we were trying to get our energy grid up, needing more energy if you're going to be doing electric vehicles or alternative fuel that is actually environmentally friendly. So this is what we're doing out here, where you could actually put some wind farms in. Granted, to me, not really safe, but hey, it is what it is. You don't have a grid that you're creating better to make it better, right? So now you're saying, okay, let's go offshore, out into the water. Okay, fine. But the fact of the matter is, we better be getting some energy from somewhere because our electric grid is garbage. It's ridiculous. So why wouldn't you do this, right? And we're talking about 12 million homes. That's a large percentage of homes. It's not like it's, you're spending all this money and it's doing like 50,000 homes or something. Um, so this is 32 gigawatts of power. So this is what we're talking about here. This is significant. This is significant. Um, so no matter where you stand, this is going to hurt some of our American friends. And we don't want that. We want Americans should live comfortable. One of the most powerful nations in the world, and we should live comfortably. But it's hard out here when you're devaluing our currency and we have to pay for the billionaires and millionaires to get tax cuts and tax breaks. You can't win. And now we're talking about taking away more of the education when America is on a sixth grade education. Can you believe that? The majority of Americans are on a sixth grade education, so therefore they believe what they are told by their government officials or by people in power, let's put it that way. And they don't know how to do the research themselves. They don't know how to understand the critical thinking aspects of, if you do A, that leads to B. Now you have to do something at B to deal with C because of the problem that comes with what we did from A to B. And then what's the repercussions of what we had to do for C? Now what's going to follow but that, because now we had to change the whole little dynamic trend, and therefore we have a problem, which is not going to be resolved. You've created a mess. When this is very, very simple. You create the best electrical and most efficient grid. You create the best transportation grid and you create high paying jobs to boot. How else can you do it? That's how America was built. You got to create jobs. So if you have a wind job, great. If you were building the high speed train from Highway 80, Highway 10, we got that. Then we're going to go 65, 85. I can't think of the other one. You use that to go 15, you go north. High speed, poof, poof. Now you have high paying jobs and you have efficiency. So now you have alternatives for people. So when somebody says, hey, I need to go to East Coast, West Coast, and they're on a plane, and the plane says, well, we'll be there in 6 hours, but it's going to cost you 350, 400 bucks. And then somebody says, oh, but I can get on the train in LA, the bullet train. We can go 3,000 miles. It's going to take me 9 to 10 hours, but it only cost me 50 bucks, 80 bucks. You're damn sure there's going to be a lot of people on the damn train. They're going to be efficiently operated because you should be using your great electrical grid, not your actual solar and wind electric to power the damn things. So you have your own ecosystem where you have high paying jobs and you're building something that a large amount of people will use. Because more people can afford $50, $100, $120 tickets one way than they can $400, $500, $600 or round trip. 200 bucks, 150 bucks round trip, and you have to do 600 round trip, 450 and all that stuff or more. So this is what we're talking about here. So when somebody's thinking of taking things away instead of adding to make it better, that's a problem down the line. So A plus B does not equal C for the good. So C ends up being bad. Now somebody has to do something in C, and then you have to do something in D to see the outcome from the whole thing. And those takes years. And that's why you should be the CEO of your life, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Get rid of your liabilities, I implore you. Also, make sure you have best credit you can get. And by the way, the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana's Investors Forum, May 13th, 14th, and 15th. Lawyers. You want residency? You need to talk to lawyers. You want something, visas? Talk to lawyers. If you need anything about real estate you want to buy, talk to lawyers. You want to start a business, talk to lawyers. No matter how you slice it, talk with lawyers. That's why we day one talk to lawyers. Ask your questions. You don't have to use them, but at least you don't have to pay any more. You don't have to pay them. You just pay the fee, $199.99 to come. You got to get your own airfare, own hotel, or Airbnb. I recommend you stay in Los Corrales because, again, everything's there. Once you're there, within a 5-minute walk or less, you're at the beach, grocery stores, nightclubs, restaurants, bars with music, all kind of stuff. You don't have to go too far. You don't even have to go a mile. So that's how cool this is. And then in the future, when they develop more areas, downtown will be great. Vista Cana will be great. Those are the two great ones. Atlantida will be great, which is closer to Bavaro, but you won't probably leave that compound because they have everything there damn near. So all I'm saying, there's going to be a few places where people are going to migrate to more as the years come. The other news about Dominican Republic, I'll be making a video tomorrow about this too. 2 videos coming out tomorrow. One is West Side Punta Cana residences alleged scam fraud. The other one's going to be about Dominican Republic tourist numbers for January came out. Now, I don't know how to take this, but yes, it's another record. But there's only an increase in tourists by 8%. It's in the 700,000s. Last year, they barely cleared my low level on my tracker. 8.5 to 9 million for 2024. Those are the tracker numbers. Next year, in 2020, at the end of this year, 2025, this year, we need 9.5 to 10 million to stay on track for investors. Now, if you're just going to live there and chill out, this does not apply. Because if you're going to live there and chill out, you don't care really how much your property's worth. It has no value because you're not going to be doing short-term rental or long-term rentals or anything else. But the factor I'm trying to tell you is if you go to 9.5, in order to go from 8.5 to 9.5, you're going to need roughly about 10% because we got 8.5 and 85,000 times 12, right? So that's why this is significant. See, I've already done A, B, C, D, E, right? We need certain things to happen. So when you start doing 8.5, hold on. I'm going to put this in so you guys understand. 8.5 times, that's not what I mean. Okay, I'll do it this way. Times 10%, that's 850,000 times 12. That's 10.2 million. All right? We will get to, no, that's, what did I do? I did 850, that's 10. Yeah, 10 million. So we go from 8.5 to, it's not, is that right? 8.5? No, not 10 million. 1 million, sorry. 1,200,000 is what I'm going to need. My number was off by a digit somehow. I don't remember. But in other words, we need to get to 9.5. That's another million. We have to do 10% more to get there, right? So, oh, I know what I did wrong. I did 850,000 when it's not. It's only 80,000. That's what happened. Okay, the extra zero. All right. Anyhow, 1.2 million more means we only get to 9.7, which still falls in that 9.5 to 10 million range for this year to keep the investors on track. But here's what the problem's going to be. This year, there's already 5,000 units in Punta Cana available for Airbnb rentals. Okay? This year, there's going to be probably another 1,000 units that come online that's going to be available for short-term rentals. So this thing's going to have over 6,000 units, I'm predicting, right? So that means we're going to need more than 8,000 people. But this is an all-time record high. Are we going to get all-time record highs every month? Are we going to get more than 8% increase in price? Because this month of January, when it's 8%, next month to stay on track, we need 12% over to get to 9.5. If we continue to have a trend where it's like 8%, 8%, 8%, that means we're going to have a little problem because we're going to be under the 9.5, which 9.4 is still good. But in order for our property values to increase and have more people wanting to stay in Airbnbs, we need another million. And we have to stay on that trend for the next 2 years as more things are delivered. Condos are delivered. Villas are delivered. So therefore, we need to be at 14 million. 14 million by 2028. And I don't see, I'm beginning to see a little crack because we have an increase in pricing. So that means less people are going to buy because Victor Marrero or post-retirement travel is in Peru right now. Costa Rica. He's down there. He sees how much the prices are. So he's going to be seeing things in South America. He's going to be like, wait a minute. This is only like 100 and some $1,000. This is like 80 grand. This is 120 grand and it's better. Now, I'm not saying the place is better, but all I'm saying is the prices are lower. So this starts changing. Other people start going, well, wait a minute. Why do I want to be here if it's going to cost me 250,000 for something I can go get somewhere else for 125, 150? And by the way, I want to say one thing. I got to give a shout out to Frank Rainieri because 2 months ago, you guys heard me talking about 14 million, 15 million a year and a half ago about how many tourists we need. 2 months ago, he came out saying the same damn thing. I've been telling you guys that ever since what, a year and a half ago, 2 years. I said we got to get to 14, 15 million. Can we get there though? In the next, every year we have to do a mill, but can we get there? And the things are, we can't do 8%. We have to do something like 15, 12. It has to be over 10 every time like it used to be. But now things cost more. The resorts cost more. To stay in Airbnbs cost more. So now you're going to lose, and it's living paycheck to paycheck where most of your customers are from. By the way, 63% of visitors by air landed at Punta Cana Airport in January. 19% landed at Santo Domingo's airport, Las Americas. That right there, 19 and 63 is 82. 82% of people landed on the east coast of the island. That should tell you something. The largest city is Santo Domingo, I think, right? Or Santiago. But anyhow, that's way bigger than Punta Cana. But 63% of all travelers are landing at Punta Cana. You guys are on the right track. Of course. What can we say? That's the reason I told most of you consider Punta Cana, because if you have 63% of tourists landing at your airport and you have something to offer and you have enough tourists and you can start dwindling away at that 5,000 Airbnb units and maybe 4,000 get rented. But in order to get 4,000 rented, you're going to have to be in the double digits. You got to have that 14 million. You got to have that 13.5. You're going to have that 15 million. It's mandatory, because now you're going to have, I shouldn't do this, but this just prolongs it. But I'll do some numbers for you. For instance, what did they, I think they did like 700 and, I don't remember, 769,000. Let's just say that was the number. So you do 63% of that, right? This is an anomaly, but that's 484,000. That's on average 120,000 visitors per week on average. Now, January, February, March, 93% to 95% is the all-inclusive rate of occupancy, right, for hotels. Now, this is what the situation is more hotels are arriving on the island as well. Condo hotels is upsetting the market, so to speak. Not really, in my opinion, but they're calling themselves condo hotels. No, there's no difference between a regular hotel. A condo. There is a difference between a condo and a hotel. Hotels generally are self-sufficient. Restaurant, bars, beach, social areas, and maybe even dance areas inside. I mean, that's what it's about, right? So they win. Condo hotels is just another animal, but they're condos and they're still going to be promoted online. So now you need more people to offset that. So that's all I'm saying. You have too many new units being built. And if things are going according to plan in about 3 years, 2028, just by what Naval's doing, Atlantida property, Poseidonia, if Larimar gets their act together, Cruise on Land is going to have their act together. Just by those 4 things that I just mentioned, you're going to be adding about 3,000 units dropped in the lap. Not all 3,000 are going to be rental units, but I would imagine a large percentage would be looking for some sort of monies, whether the people stay there 3 or 4 months or, well, in most cases, these condo hotels, you can't, but just keep all that in mind, all right? I'm going to let you guys go. I love you guys very much. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And also, go to StopStrugglingNow.com, SSNLifestyle.com if you would want to join us at the Punta Cana Investors Forum, May 13th, 14th, and 15th. See you there. That would be awfully nice. And just keep in mind, it's hard out here. So just first things first. Like, subscribe, click the bell, all notifications. But it's hard out here, so make sure you stay level headed. Try to do your best. Try to navigate the unknown because there's so much uncertainty that could affect you and you won't know it because there's so much chaos going on with our government, and they're dropping things like I said, if you take away A, what happens to those people that rely on A? That means they're going to be in a B, but those people are going to be in another level or a different situation now. So what are they going to do? And so it keeps moving. And you never know. You could be one of those people that gets the layoff notice. All right. So you got to plan as if something's going to happen. I hate to say it that way, but that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to plan like you're going to walk into work today and get fired. Walk in today and say, we got to lay you off. That's how you're going to have to plan. So that's why you have to wipe out your credit. Wipe out your debt, improve your credit, which will automatically happen if you wipe out debt, and get it down to none. Keep your cards and all that, but just make sure you get it down to damn near zero. But still leave a balance, pay monthly, go charge something for 200-300, but then just pay it off in cash in your office online, in the back office online with your card 3, 4, 5 days later. Just so you have it revolving still, because you don't want them shut down. All right. Robert Speller's in the house. Speller's here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And the Fave Accountant is in the house. Now, I got to be biased. I went to school with him. I love the dude. He's pretty cool and awesome. In fact, I spoke with Speller just the other day, so I appreciate your support, Spell. Thank you so much for being here, man. And if anybody needs accounting, go see Robert Speller Jr. on LinkedIn. You can find him there. Now, it's not really accounting, but from what I understand, if you want to set up your books, this is the man. All right? You want to set up your business and get your accounting in order before you start your business, I highly suggest you get a professional. This man's been doing this for 20, 30 years, maybe more. All right, so go check him out. LinkedIn, Robert Speller Jr. All right, go over there, show some love. You guys know how it is. Oh, and let them know you're from SSN Nation if you do. All right, show some love. If you're starting a business, if you need some help, you've already ran into needing things that happen in a business. You grow. Your provider changes for who does your bookkeeping. Well, you need somebody to sort it out because you're not a bookkeeper, right? You're not a CPA. You're not an accountant. You got to go. You need a professional like Robert Speller. That's all I'm saying. You guys know I'm a big advocate of professionals. You don't want Joe Smo who goes, oh, yeah, I do a little bit of this. No, we do the damn thing. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want a person like him who's been doing the damn thing. Not for last year, not for 2 years, not for 5 years, not for 10 years. He's been doing it. You don't want these guys that are like, well, I kind of do it when it's tax season. No, we don't want those kind of guys. We want the actual official CPAs, accountants. And that same rule applies when you're in the Dominican Republic or wherever you invest. You should have lawyer, the best, accountant, the best. Those two things, you should have the best. All right? So just show some love. Robert Speller Jr., LinkedIn. You can find him. You'll see his face that you see right here on his profile. Oh, he said it. 36 years, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Man, how time flies. How time flies. 36 years. Oh, by the way, Spell, I got to tell you. Here's what happened. Speller's kind of like me, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we have a problem with authority sometimes when they're wrong. So I got to tell you, the funny part is, I lost my train of thought actually because I was going to talk about something that's funny. Oh, one time on here one day about 2 years ago, somebody asked, "When's the last time you actually had a W-2 job?" And I was like thinking, wait a minute. I think it was like 1992 or something. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, that's like 30 years ago. I was like, time flies. But that's how Speller is. We do the damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do. We do the damn thing. Peace out, man. Thank you for checking in, chiming in, showing some support, man. I appreciate it. All right, let's go. I'm about to chime out now, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I thank you so much for being here. I love you guys very much, but make sure you're safe out here. A lot of people are going to go through stress and duress. We're talking about federal employees just got laid off, theoretically. Then they said, well, no, we need to rehire you. And then it's like, no, but I'm like, I'm doing the 8 month thing. And I mean, there's disarray all over the place. And these are people who made a nice living. So you have to prepare yourself. You're not safe out here under any circumstance. Just remember that. You got it, man. Take care of yourself as well. We'll be talking later. Okay. But just keep in mind, you never know what somebody's going through. So try to keep a level head yourself. You never understand why somebody does something. It may be because they had a bad morning, a bad night, a bad day, a bad life over the last week. Something happened 2 weeks ago. You just never know. All right. So exactly, man. Crazy stuff, turmoil. But Bell, I will say, in your line of work, good for business. He's good for business. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, they took away. Wait, I'm getting tax cuts and tax breaks. Hold on now. I got to show up for that. I got to find out, what do I get? What's happening? Some people are like, wait a minute. I can't, wait a minute, no tax on tips. What happened to that? You know, we don't have, wait, we were going to have it. No, it's not happening. Not happening. Oh, I was going to take a deduction or something, right? No, not happening. Yeah, so again, good for business for you, that's for sure, with all the turmoil, because people are going to need somebody to handle the tax situations. That's for sure. You're correct. You know, it's cool, man. It's crazy out here. So you got to have a professional, ladies and gentlemen. And you know how I think about that. There are certain things you can't skimp on. You can't skimp on the lawyer. You can't skimp on the bookkeeper, accountant. Those are things you can't scrimp on, right? In fact, there's some other things, but not tonight. We'll talk about that on another day. All right. And with all that said, make sure, above all, as you're going through life, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm